jump right into Space Quest 2, which, by the way, has the same rules. He's allowed to change the speed, he can make saves and use them, he just can't use saves from a different session. This one has, I believe, less RNG, but it has hitboxes that can be a bit worse. Okay, let's see. Find out if he wants a countdown here. All right, looks like he's about to get started. So the time basically starts as soon as he enters a name, but you don't have to use a name, and the game will just give you sort of like the default character name in that situation. So here he is being a janitor again, and he gets an assignment to go clean the ships basically, and that's how this game starts. But you're kind of famous in the galaxy now. You've made some enemies from your previous exploits, and so so that's basically the first thing that happens is when you're off cleaning the shuttle, you sort of get kidnapped. So here's the shuttle. Pow, thwack. So comic book violence here. Time passes, you wake up. That's the villain. He's gonna send his goons to sort of like, I think it was like mess with the economy on planets. And so here you are, you're a hostage, and I forget exactly what happens. I think they forgot to fuel the whatever that craft is, and so it crashes. You crash land on this planet. This is someone's home planet. Bob told me. I don't seem to have that in my notes exactly. Whose planet? Yeah, it looks like we have his splits up on the screen this time too, if that helps anyone. So most of this is sort of wandering around and collecting items. He's got to get like a mating call whistle. He's got to get a rock. He's got to get like a glowing gem. A few things like this. We're about to see the part with the hitbox that can be pretty bad at times. There's like these like this plant that has all these tentacles. Yeah, the root tentacle monster, exactly. So he's you'll see him change the speed here, because this part can be a little obnoxious. This corner he's about to go through is probably the worst part. That right there. Yep, and he touched it. And remember, he's using the arrow keys for this. It's not like some sort of nice precise controller or something. And the pixels are pretty chunky too. He also came up with a new strat yesterday, part of this. So I mentioned that he'll be getting a rock. The rock is so that he can sling it at a guard in a sort of David and Goliath style. That part's coming up pretty soon, I think. He used to do something else. I don't remember exactly what the other strategy was, but he said he doesn't even know if this new thing is faster yet, but he thinks it is. So we're seeing the evolution of this speedrun live. Oh yeah, so he has to queue up this deep breath because he's got a swimming part coming up, and because this as a Sierra game, you know, if you don't remember to tell your protagonist to take a deep breath, they'll drown. So he's about to go under here. There it is. So this gemstone is very important. It functions like a torch. So this will illuminate his path in a sort of like dungeon maze that he has to explore later. Oh yeah, and you have to remember to take another deep breath. It just wouldn't work if you tried to swim that. Oh yeah, so this next part, he's got to cross this chasm. So he climbs up the tree breaks in half, and then he climbs the rest of the way across. Oh no, he got caught in the trap. Yeah, so you have to get captured, and then you have to escape capture, escape your cell. And this is another part that is timed. So he throws a spore at the guy, knocks him unconscious, and he has to hurry up and like get the key and unlock the thing and get out of here before yeah, so he he knew he was a goner, so he loaded that save file. Yeah, he'll have to do the swimming section again, unfortunately. Takes a deep breath. He's got kind of a like a frog swimming style or something. It's I'm sure that's part of janitor training to learn to swim that way. Um, so there's also a part coming up here where I, I'm not sure. I think he might already have the whistle, but there's this mating call whistle, and when he uses it in this game, he'll actually get a bounty on his head in the next game because using that whistle breaks the law. Kind of a fun little continuity thing. All right, get the key. Uh-oh. I think he made a save this time, though. Yeah, he did. So he yells at the guy. We know this now. He yells at him, throws a spore at him, gets a key, he unlocks it, and then it's going to work this time, I think. Yes. And that must be the same rope that uh, was in the trap that caught him. All right, now he climbs down that log that he used to cross the chasm before. And I think this is the part where he has to start using the gemstone to illuminate his way. Yeah, it is. So there he goes. Now he's got a nice torch. You can see where he's going. You know, a nice secret passage there because these games are nothing if not obtuse. Now our light doesn't work quite as well. We can just barely see in front of our face. Yeah, I think the whistle part is coming up any second now. That's a good question, Squidman. I don't know. Yeah, probably not since he grabbed it. Yeah, so this is the whistle part. And then we're going to have a Star Wars reference coming up in the next segment. Yeah, so this is the new strat that I mentioned earlier. So he gets this rock, he picks that up, and then he's going to sling it at that guard, hit him in the head, knock him down. And then he's finally off this planet again. So his next destination is the detention level. And I don't think he ever gets around to cleaning that shuttle. Just FYI. This animation takes a while. It's a nice scenic view. Gotta just lift off and go into space. Everyone, take your deep breath from before and exhale it now. Yes, take deep breath, exhale deep breath. So this is really a meditation simulator. Yeah, stare intently into space. Exactly. We have to fly there in real time, and space is pretty big, as far as I understand. Never really been there myself. Oh, what's that? What's coming into view? Dun dun dun. All right. So his first destination, as I said before, is the detention level, because we've got to have our Star Wars references. And yeah, there's a great line coming up. He's going to get the ladder and just stick the ladder in his pocket because why not? This is one of the RNG parts of this game. He doesn't know what he's going to encounter in the hallways, which is why he saved it just now. He's hoping for basically no encounters, but this is a speed run. We know that's not going to pan out like that. It's also another important item collection part of the game. So he got a glass cutter, a plunger, and what else does he pick up? Overalls. Look at all this. And a lighter, and a basket. Yeah, this is basically Mario's origin story. He was an Italian space plumber. Yeah, so it makes another save. Security camera watching him there. Let's see. Oh yeah, so a fun little thing they did. There's basically random graffiti in these bathrooms if you actually like take a look at the walls. It's a nice little touch. Get some more items. And then I think there's 1 or 2 more levels he needs to visit. Level 3. Save again just to be safe. He's been pretty good on encounters. He has to queue up this button press. If it's where I think he is, he can actually hide if there was an encounter on that screen. He can actually hide in that room that he's in now. He's gotten awfully lucky with enemy spawns. I don't think we saw the Roomba. There's a very dangerous Roomba on this. Oh, maybe this is the screen with the Roomba. Yeah, this is the detention level reference here. But being an expert janitor, he's able to use that plunger to escape. Doesn't need the basket anymore. And he turns on the sprinkler system by creating a fire. And that's important because there's a bunch of security droids all along that wall there that would just, insta-kill you. All right, finally, we found the villain that we saw so many minutes ago in the intro. Uh-oh. What's he doing? Oh no, he shrunk us. How will we get out? Wait, we have a glass cutter. So we use the cutter and run over to I think it's the control panel of the shrinking machine. Oh right, we have to get inside first and cause some hijinks. I think going in there made it so that the villain left. Yeah, cut the life support. That would make sense. And this is touch typing by walking on the keyboard because you're tiny. And he has to get back in the jar, and there's the beam reconstituted. And then I think time is coming up pretty soon. He has to slow it down there because that staircase is actually kind of hard to climb. So he makes it through this part. And there will also be like a Robocop droid that he has to sneak past. And then time will be when he gets in the chamber at the end. The tube breaks right there. So that's why he has to be wearing the helmet. Yeah, we are very, very close here. That's the Robocop droid that I mentioned. And for whatever reason, once you get in that thing, it just stops. It just stops following you. it just says, "Oh, you're in the escape pod. I don't care about you anymore." So it's almost time, and time. So this is now where Space Quest 3 would take off, but we won't see that today. GG, Bob. Oh, did he gold? No, I think. I guess you guys can see his splits. I think he just split incorrectly.
Okay, thank you, Bob, for the awesome game. Thank you, Daggett, for the awesome commentary. That's all for me for right now. Of course, I will be back to help close off the marathon with Mannix, but so taking over for the flight attendant is going to be the musician himself from yesterday, Andre. So, Andre, the flight attendant seat is yours, and Colt will continue as the restreamer. Coming up next is Puss in Boots, Hero's Great Adventure 90% by Mr. Otter for Pixels for Peace Spring 2019.